Jess was an ordinary girl with an ordinary life. That is, until a new kid arrived on her street. It was the weekend when they moved in, and Jess had been walking down the street just thinking about random things when she saw him. He was the most beautiful boy she had ever seen, with the most piercing blue eyes and lovely brown, shoulder-length hair. It was love at first sight. From then on, she would walk by the house every day, hoping he would notice her, see her, speak to her, something. She would dream about him, think about him, talk about him, everything. One day, while waiting for the bus, him and his brother walked up. Jess was actually a really shy girl, so she blushed and hid. She watched them from behind a tree when three boys she recognized as the school bullies walked up. Her eyes widened. What if they hurt him? She was kind and cared for the brother's safety, but her priority was him. She has never learned his name. They brought out knives, and she was going to run out there and try to keep him from getting hurt. But she saw him take the knife and beat the kids up. Him and his brother ran away as the bus pulled to a stop. Staying hidden, she watches as the driver calls 911. For some reason, she felt joyous, happy, and sickly more in love with the boy. After a couple of days, she learns that his brother went to juvie and that he was going to her little brother's B-Day party. She was ecstatic. Maybe if she tried her best to look beautiful, he would at least glance at her. Maybe she could find out his name. It's the day of the party, and she dressed up in her most beautiful dress and wore pretty decorated sandals and did her hair all up nice and pretty. She put on makeup and everything. She looked beautiful. As she walked outside, she saw him standing with his mother. She then hears her call him Jeff. Jeff. She loves that name. She then tries mustering up her courage, and she walks up to him. Hi, she says nervously. He nods in acknowledgement and says a small hi, and she almost melts. His voice so deep and growly it makes her want to become a puddle. Then the same bullies from a while back came in harboring guns. She shrieks and watches as one of them goes after Jeff. She screams and slides past the other two with guns and runs inside to hear Jeff scream. She runs up to the second-floor bathroom to find Jeff knocked out and the other kid laughing. Something then washes over her and she looks down and starts laughing, a deep, dark laugh. The guy looks at her, and Jeff slightly stirs. She grabs the closest, sharpest thing she could find. The only thing she could find was a towel rack that had been ripped off the wall. She grabs it, and as the guy holds up a knife, she plunges the rack right through the guy's stomach. He coughs up blood, and he falls to the floor looking terrified. She looks at him with a sadistic smile, and she grabs a razor from the medicine cabinet. While the guy begs for mercy, she starts very slowly to skin him alive with the razor. The thing it was dull. But the more pain, the better. He is screaming in agony as she then takes her fingers and she removes his eyeballs. And she gets really close to him and bites his tongue off. She then picks Jeff up and leaves the guy to drown in his own blood. She then walks out, and the guys with guns were no longer there, and an ambulance and police car had shown up. She gave Jeff to the paramedic, and she then ran away. No one must know what she did. No one. After a couple of weeks, Jeff is released from the hospital. His skin, white as snow. His eyes, black with a white ring around. His hair, singed black. She finds the new him stunning, mesmerizing. She then makes her way home. When she gets there, she is greeted with an empty house. She then goes to the bathroom and fills the tub up with bleach and vodka and water. She then dips her whole body in it, withholding a treacherous screech of pain that seared through her body. When she gets out, she washes off with regular water and looks at herself in the mirror. Beautiful, she realized. She keeps her hair its natural dark brown. The next day she sees Jeff, covered in blood, and he runs to the back of his house. She notices that his eyelids had been burned off and that he carved a smile into his face. Even more beautiful, she realizes. She then goes back inside and grabs a lighter and a butcher knife, and then proceeds to carve a smile on her own face and burns out her eyelids. Now she can be beautiful, just like her love, Jess. Now you know my story, but you won't believe it's real, right? And let me be frank. I am very good at hiding. Some even say I'm invisible. I am everywhere, yet nowhere. For that is where Jeff, my love, always is. And I can say, if you touch him in any way meant harmful, think of him in a harmful or nasty way, speak about him in a harmful or nasty way, or anything of that nature, I swear to Jeff I will personally slaughter you, and I will enjoy it as much as it hurts you. And coming from me, that means a lot.